Rowe and about 40 Architects travelers are continuing their tour through Italy.
Yeah, a good one today as he takes us to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Take a look.
Good morning, everybody. All my life, I have heard about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Well, there it is. And yes, indeed, it has a pronounced lean. It's really amazing when you look at it in person that it's standing. It's really remarkable. And it's 852 years ago that it was constructed. And very shortly after that, it began to lean. Anna. This is Anna. Anna lives in Lucca. Anna is one of the guides for Colette. You live in Lucca, not very far from here. It's amazing to see it for the first time. In America, we grow up learning about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Everybody wonders what happened. Why is it leaning?
It's leaning because, unfortunately, the soil where all the buildings were built are standing on a swamp. It's a marsh area, and it's a very deformable clay. So all the buildings on the square have the same problem. They're all leaning a little bit.
In fact, most of the buildings in Pisa
are leaning.
Have that trouble, have that issue. Wow. Yes. And they discovered it fairly quickly after it was constructed. So 850 years ago,
yes.
They began to notice. And then at some point, they began to intervene to try to stop the leaning.
That's exactly what they did. So they started to build 1173, and then they noticed after 8 years that it was leaning, and they had to interrupt. But the tower continued to lean and lean in the centuries, and so 1990, they had to do something to stabilize the foundation.
Right.
Yeah?
Here's what's interesting. It was almost too good.
Yes.
And they didn't want it to be too much because this is enormously popular as it is.
As it is, exactly. They just wanted to preserve the leaning, but a safe leaning. Everybody wants to see the Leaning Tower.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's packed today. This is a Monday. There must be millions of people that visit this every year.
Millions and millions of people are visiting Pisa. It's one of the main attractions of our region, Tuscany.
And it was originally a bell tower. So there's the church.
Yes.
And this was the bell tower. And you can climb to the top, and many people do, 200 stairs up.
More than 200 stairs up.
More than 200 stairs up.
Yes. And it's interesting to be on top, of course, because you have a fantastic view. And it's still the bell tower of the cathedral, but they can't use the big bells you can see on top. They just use a little bell for that. It would shake the building.
The question I have is, why are these churches so enormous and ornate?
They liked even to, Pisa was a sea republic, a sea force, so they imported this Moorish influence when they came back from the Crusades. So these ornations, you have the stripes, the marble inlay work, it's just giving an idea of how big and great the power of Pisa was, because they went overseas and they came back with something new.
Right. And they were so proud.
So proud.
So this was a way of showing off to some degree.
That's it.
The size of the church spoke to how much money you had and how powerful you were.
That's right.
It is a beautiful thing, folks. And again, we all grew up learning about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's still leaning. How far? What is the lean?
5 degrees.
5 degrees. Used to be 7 degrees, is that right?
5.5 to 6.
So they've corrected it, but they didn't want to overcorrect it because it has become, as you can see around me, enormously popular.